Hello, fight fans, and welcome to the Combat Challenge podcast. My guest is Conor Hignett, a professional MMA athlete who just competed on Cagewarriors 120 against Leigh Mitchell. Conor, thank you so much for coming on board within short notice, my friend.
Thank you for having me, mate. Happy to be on again, as usual.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Brother, the first thing I've got to ask you about Leigh Mitchell, what did you know about him and what was the game plan getting into the fight?
I knew quite a bit about him. Looking at his previous fights, he fought one of my mates called Liam Gittins, and Liam got him out of there in the first round, lucky enough. Well, not lucky for him, he's worked pretty hard, but looking at his performance, we've seen that he likes to go to the body a lot, but Liam likes to tire people out with his constant energy anyway, and burns them down. So we knew it was going to be a little bit different, but we thought the body shots come into play with it. We seen that he was all right striker. He fought the guy from Next Gen, Nathan Fletcher, and he done well striking wise against Nathan Fletcher. He caught him with a similar backhand to what he caught me with, and he ended up dropping Nathan. We seen his jiu-jitsu was good as well. Obviously, he got subbed by Nathan, so we knew that there could have been some gaps there. Going into the fight, I've seen all the angles where he moves striking wise. My training partner and coach, Richie Lunt, he's like 9 times kickboxing world champion, so he's seen all this stuff for me. We've seen the way he circles, seen the way he angled, and we just broke it down from there. We had a good game plan going in.
And if you can talk us through the fight round by round.
Yeah, so the first round came out. I felt pretty confident going in there. It's the most relaxed I've ever felt. I think it's because I had such a good camp already. But going in there, thought we'll feel him out. We're going to cut him up on the inside. We're going to try beat him to that backhand punch. That's the main thing with the southpaw. The thing with southpaw, they go really straight. So, it's the same both sides for me. If I can beat him to the impact, that's going to give me the better chance. We knew that he was going to come quite aggressive with the overhand eventually, with sort of swinging punches. So we just had to beat him to that. And I do need to keep my hands up. I got dropped in the first round with an overhand left because I just misjudged the range. That was all. I was pretty loose out there. But the fact that he backed me up against the cage and then my right hand was a little bit low because I was waiting for the straight shot, but he caught me good. It took me back in the first round, but I didn't get his hooks in, which allowed me to shake him off, shrug him off, and then from there, stood back up. As soon as I was back to my feet, I thought, the fight was mine again. It was just like a surprise shot, but it was a great shot from Leigh, and to be fair, he's a great lad. Came off for the second round a lot more confident because I was warm then, warmed up in my chin and physically as well now. So I got my eye in, started unleashing to the body a little bit, moving around. Like I got a few of the knees going. I've been working a lot of take down the fence and get ups, so it was good to actually get tucked down, get myself against the cage, get used to getting up, get moving again, and I landed some good strikes off that, which opened them up. And eventually I caught him with a left jab over the top and then straight right down the pipe, cutting his angle. So it went perfectly to plan, like I imagined it would. I was happy to be part of the Cagewarriors team again. It was unbelievable being there. It was one of the best shows I've ever been to.
And do you feel proper looked after by Cagewarriors?
Yeah, they treat you like a king. They had us in the UFC hotel, they had us in the Hilton Hotel, Canary Wharf, king-size bedroom for 3. So that was good. They sorted all our breakfast out, and that's the main meal of the day. Obviously, they can't take it too far. We've got to order our own foods every night because the amount that we eat is unbelievable. Like, we're getting Nando's and stuff every night, so they can't be doing that. But yeah, they do treat us like kings. They always have. Pro debut, I went over to Jordan and they treated me like a king over there, and it's been the same ever since.
And who did you have in your corner with you?
Yeah, so this time I had Conor Martin, my BJJ coach. He runs the BJJ at Hammer. He's unbelievable. And I had my kickboxing coach, Richie Lunt. Again, I mentioned him before. He's like wonderful. He's absolutely unbelievable. And he's opened up my game again. I'm a second dan in karate, Shotokan karate, and I sort of left that behind because I had other stuff to work on. I needed to work on my boxing. I needed to work on my jiu-jitsu, and I sort of lost who I was stylistically. And I feel like I've got that back now thanks to Richie. And Richie and Conor make a great team together. The two great minds. Even though Conor's only young, he's got the mind of an older fucking BJJ coach. It feels like he's been doing it for years. And the proof's in the pudding. He's doing very well. I'm doing very well. So I was glad to have that team behind me.
For sure, brother. And Sean, he was so happy because as soon as your fight finished, he was putting statuses up straight away, brother.
Yeah, well, he wanted to be there. Unfortunately, Sean couldn't. He had some family stuff that he had to attend to. I don't want to say what it was, but it wasn't anything too bad. It was just someone's health in the family. That was all. So we couldn't make it this time, but he was absolutely gutted not to be there. But everything has worked out fine in the end, and he gave me a big hug when we got back home. So that's what matters the most, really.
For sure. Because how old were you when you started with Sean?
13, I think I was 13 or 14. I was young, like I was well smaller than I am now, and I'm only 5'4" now. So add that one up, I must have been up 2 foot nothing, getting black eyes every day.
You must have been like, Sean must have seen you coming in because Sean's a big guy, right? He must have seen you coming in. You must have looked like Bilbo Baggins or something. You know?
Yeah, he's a little hobbit, just booting me around the ring. It was like a little puppy. I think I was the same size as one of his legs, you know what I mean? I'm not far off it now. I think he weighs like 110 kilo, double me. Bastard.
Well, the preparation and the execution and the chapter has closed for Leigh Mitchell. Now, what's your plans moving forward?
Well, I always want to go for that belt. You know, that's the main game. I want to get the belt. That's what we're all in it for. But if Cagewarriors give me another few fights before I have to do that, then that's fine. I'll go with the flow. But ideally, I want that belt. That I believe that's mine. Jake Hadley is a top fighter, and he's a top lad. He's done great stuff for the sport. But if the opportunity arose where I'd fight him in a heartbeat, and I'd fight anyone that I need to get there. And the good thing about this fight was, I know it was a good performance from what you've seen of me previously, but it's not. It was a terrible performance from what I've got in my head of what I'm actually going to do. Like the amount of, I just took positives away from that. I needed to keep my hands up. I've got to work a little bit more on my wrestling still. But that was like 10% of what I've been doing in the gym. And then that's been over 6 months. So the more I progress now with this team, I can't see anyone beating me. You know, if I just go in there with that mind again, no one's going to beat me. And if they do, then fair play, then they're fucking unbelievable. But until that day comes, I'm gonna smash their heads in.
Conor, thank you so much for coming on board and giving us your fight breakdown of Leigh Mitchell that you just had on Cagewarriors. And I so look forward to having you on in the future, my brother.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it. Nice one.